Oh, we're live and kikiing. Hello, Myra J. Welcome to It's Sybil. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Sybil Wilkes?
It's been a day, Myra. It has been a day. Don't listen to anybody else on you. Oh, man, let's just skip through and flip through the tulips and all that kind of crap. It's been a day. It's been a day. How about you? Yeah.
My day has been wonderful. I didn't do a darn thing that was on my to-do list today. So yes, it's been a great day.
Oh, Myra, how great is that?
Yes, you know how you say today I'm gonna do laundry, and then I'm gonna run to the store. Then I'm gonna so and so. Then I'm gonna pay these bills. None of that got done today. Look at the smile on my face.
Wow.
Yep.
I want to be like that when I grow up.
Oh, it
Oh,
still needs to
yeah.
be done. Nobody else did it. I just
I
didn't get
know,
to
but
it.
to acknowledge it and say, I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it. I made up my bed. There.
Wow. Okay. So you're a
Kudos.
step ahead of many of us then.
Kudos for that.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you do get kudos for that. Absolutely. Or as my mama used to say, no, you don't. You don't get a pat on the back for being a slob. And I was like, but who's gonna see it? And she said, people will know. And she told me this. And when I'm in heaven, I will know. So you know. Okay. Okay.
These are the joys of living alone.
Oh my gosh, isn't that the truth? That is so seriously the truth. And one day I'll tell you the story about what not making your bed, what kind of trouble you'll get into. This involved my mother and my grandfather on the day she was graduating from college. So, speaking of which, let us. Well, I will tell you that Stephen Hill nor Kwyn are able to join us tonight. They each have previous engagements. One involves a small child and his musical skills. So, Uncle Steve was deeply ingrained in that.
Yes.
And Kwyn had a previous engagement as well. So,
Okay.
we're hoping to be joined by a member of our
Surprise guest.
yeah, a member of
It'll
our
be a
married
surprise
group.
to all of us.
Okay. And especially to him. Because at this rate, he may have forgotten that he promised to do this.
I know. I know.
So, but
Bless
that's
your
okay.
heart.
Yeah, bless him's heart is right. So this is the deal. We're going to talk about the headlines and the things that are happening in the What You Need to Know newsletter. This, of course, is our Monday through Friday newsletter. It is absolutely free, still in the 2-3. We would love to have you subscribe. Please go to SybilWilkes.com. Give us your name and your email address, and we'll have it in your email box first thing Monday morning, Monday through Friday morning. And we do what we did with Tom Joyner. We super serve the African American community. All right. So here we are. Let me start with where we normally start on a day such as this, when our LGBTQ contributor is with us. And that is Kwyn Townsend Riley. And she talks about Transgender Day. And what is Transgender Day of Visibility? Transgender Day of Visibility is recognized as a day of celebration and awareness for the transgender community. It is March 31st. It is a great day, she says, to recognize and uplift transgender people and leaders. It was created in 2010 by trans advocate Rachel Crandall. She is the head of Transgender of Michigan. She created TDOV, Transgender Day of Visibility, in response to the overwhelming majority of media stories about transgender people being focused on violence. This is a day when people could refocus on celebrating the lives of transgender people, empowering them to live authentically, because we know that not every trans person can or wants to be visible. So here's the irony of all of this. And I thought this week, especially, and looking forward to the opportunity to talk to Kwyn about this, Myra, is Transgender Day of Visibility. In Nashville, Tennessee, we know that the person who carried out the horrific murders of 6 people, 3 children, 3 adults, was carried out by a transgender person. Mm-hmm. Apparently, and this is where there's some discussion, and not that it matters, but apparently this person was born a girl and is in the process of changing her gender to that of a male. And I really wanted to have this discussion about a day like this, and not focus on the violence, but here we are, this very troubled young woman who, or I'm sorry, this troubled young person who um, ended up in such a hail of violence. That's not what the purpose is to associate them with violence, those that are killed and those that are killing. But here is the story of Audrey Hale. Um, she apparently went to the school. I keep saying she. This person went to this Presbyterian school, the Covenant School in Nashville, Tennessee, in a school that only served pre-K through sixth grade students. He was 28 years old. They were 28. And so I don't know what happened between going to the Covenant School and reaching adulthood plus some years, but she did have some mental issues. And according to her parents, she agreed to give up her gun, and they thought that she had gotten rid of the one gun. As it turned out, this person had 7 weapons.
Mm-hmm.
7 buried in the house, in her space in the house. And after all of this went down at the Nashville school, the police came in and they found these additional weapons that her parents had no idea that this person was in possession of. This and now, Myra, as we are in the midst of every week, Kwyn has a story about a state that is taking away the rights of those going through gender transition, whether it is gender transition care, whether it's transgender care, whether it is about the process itself, medicinal or surgical. All of these things are part of their discussion in the very conservative state legislatures of states. And not only are they trying to remove this and take away whatever opportunities people have to undergo this transition, now they want to take away what seemingly was a bright light in the community, and that was drag shows. And I don't know if drag shows have anything to do with this particular case, but drag shows were just an opportunity for people to express themselves. And now that they have put the spotlight on this transgender person, Myra, this is what a lot of the politicians are going after. Well, this just shows why we shouldn't have transgender care, and that's why our bills are so needed and so necessary right now. And you're getting the message is you're melding the message to suit you,
Right.
Mr. or Ms.
Right.
Conservative. We don't want your prayers. We don't want you to reach out to these people and say how sorry you are. We don't want you to use a false excuse such as transgender care. We want you to stop the guns and especially stop the assault rifles. If you can't stop them, curb it. Do something. And one politician the other day, Myra, said, I'm just going to tell you, we can't stop this. This horse is out the barn now. The toothpaste is out of the tube. It's too late for according to them. They're throwing their hands up and saying they can't do anything.
Well, first of all, let me say I'm glad you cleared up something for me, because I was mistaken, because I thought the shooter was born a male and was transgendering into a female. But to me, that doesn't matter. This is not a reflection on the transgender community. I don't care him, she, they, them, whoever. This was a tragedy. This was a tragedy. And with all these tragedies, be they male, female, American, foreigner, the one thing that's been in common is that they all had access to assault weapons. And that's what they don't want to talk about. And yes, mental health, okay, fine. But if you want to address the mental health issue, which will not cure everything tomorrow, but yes, it needs to be addressed, then why can't we put the ban on assault weapons, which won't cure everything tomorrow, but it will help the problem? That's why I do not understand the argument about, well, it's too many weapons out there, we can't do anything about it. The heck you can't. The heck you can't, because there was a time there was a ban on it, And when you look
Right.
at the numbers were nothing like they are now. You can put a ban on them tomorrow, and we can start banning them as of tomorrow. The clock is ticking because it's going to happen again and again and again. And true enough, it won't get all the guns off the street tomorrow, but just imagine the numbers that could be so much lower 10 years from now.
That's right.
Just like
That's
the numbers
right.
are so much higher 10 years later.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And well, these are parents that buy their kids guns or they take them from their parents. If you have those laws, if you have a ban on the sale of assault weapons, so you can't sell any more right now, if you have the necessity for locking up and putting your weapons in a safe space that not everyone has access to, and if you have the red flag laws, if someone is mentally ill or has some sort of mental affliction, then they cannot come within a certain distance of these weapons. This girl's family recognized that there was a problem and decided that this needed to get rid of the weapon, not knowing that she had legally bought others. She had a stockpile
because she had access to them.
because she had access.
Ta-da!
She's 28 years old and nothing to stop her.
Ta-da! You
Nothing.
know, it's just truly sad. It's truly sad.
And I was talking.
And here's a huge thing. Well, other people have them, so I'm going to have them. Let's hear all the news stories where somebody having an assault rifle stopped somebody.
Right.
Where those stories at?
It only stops the people who are running away from the person who has the assault weapon.
Come on, people. At some point, we have to say no. And nobody is building a slower gun. Nobody. Nobody is out there going, I got a great idea. Let's have a gun that's going to shoot fewer bullets in even less time. Nobody. That means weapons are only going to get more dangerous and faster, and people will want access to them if we don't stop this foolishness.
And last week we did the story.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God. Really?
What?
Other way.
Hold on a minute. I'll be with y'all in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, get it together, because I've been with you in a car when it was moving. Focus. I need for you to focus. Either smoke, talk, look down.
Can you pull over? Seriously?
I'm not driving. I'm just in the car. I'm not driving.
Oh, thank God.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
That's why Myra said focus.
Right.
Yeah.
Focus.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be back in a minute. I'm driving.
Right.
I'm not driving. I'm not driving.
I'm on 85 South.
I'm on 85 South. Well, damn you too, lady. Okay.
You shouldn't talk to your sister like that.
I know. I would never cuss my sister. Just that one time. She said something bad about my girlfriend. That's a whole different story.
Okay.
Sorry I'm late.
We were expecting that.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah. And
hey, can I ask y'all a question?
You've been told that a time or two as well, haven't you?
Yes. Does this smoke bother y'all?
Yes, it does.
It bothers me that a man with your medical conditions is smoking a big old fat cigar. Or is that just a big old full of...
a big fat cigar. It really is.
Yeah. Okay.
And this will be the only one you'll see me smoke. I will never
I don't think I've ever seen you smoke a cigar before.
I bought this. I know we're off subject, but I went to a place, Myra, you gotta go to the Black Wall Street. It is so nice, man. Oh my God. Were you there on Wednesday when they had the music?
No. I went there a couple of times when they first opened last year.
It is so nice. It's nice. It's nice. It's really
so, Jay,
nice.
let me just wrap this up. We're talking about the stories in the What You Need to Know newsletter, and March 31st is the Transgender Day of Visibility, and talking about this in relationship to what happened in Nashville by a person who was said to be transgender. Right. One of the other things that talked about in terms of politics in the What You Need to Know newsletter, relating to the former vice president who has been ordered by a judge to follow the subpoena that was issued and go and testify before the special counsel, Jack Smith. NBC News has reported that the U.S. District Judge for the Court of the District of Columbia ruled that Pence must testify before the grand jury tied to the probe led by Jack Smith. Pence fought the subpoena, citing his role as president of the U.S. Senate on the day that the electoral votes were to be counted, also the day of the attempted insurrection. So now today he's saying, I don't want to be difficult. I want to honor the judge's ruling. I've already spoke. I wrote about it. Yeah, you tried to make money off of it. I've spoken about it.
You wrote a book. You wrote a book.
And tried to make money off of that. But now why can't you just go and talk before the grand jury? What's the big deal?
It's simple. He's afraid of Trump. They're all afraid of Trump. And he's afraid of losing a little 1% of followers he has that might switch over from Trump. They already hate him. They don't like him at all. He's not liked. But I blame Trump for picking somebody that's not gonna be go all in for him. But Mike Pence had no choice to do what he did. And now he's I know you tell me not to curse, but he's chicken shit. He really is. He's afraid of Trump. He's afraid of Trump's followers. And if you write a book, you can testify. I mean, that's simple, but he doesn't want to because he's going to lose. I mean, he's having the best time of his life.
Is he? Is this a good time for him?
This is a good time because if he's not running for something, Sybil, nobody's talking to Mike Pence. Nobody goes around, you know what? We need to get Mike Pence on the show. He's not, nobody cares about him.
He's probably got Karen walking up and picking up the phone, seeing if there's a dial tone.
Look. He needs to throw his head back and sing like the Mississippi Mass Choir. Okay? He needs to sing like the fat lady at the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's over. Sing it. Because here's the thing. He's going to be done anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had a phone call. He's not going to.
We've lost Jay's audio there.
We lost the audio, Jay. We can't hear you. Push the other button.
No, we can't hear you. But here's the thing. He is trying to play both sides of the fence. He wants to run for president real bad, but he knows that in order to get anywhere, not only is he going to need his small 1% of his supporters, like Jay says, Myra, but he's also going to need a lot of those Trump supporters if he does beat Donald Trump with enough to get the nomination. But these are the same people that called for him to be hung, to hang Mike Pence on January 6th. So how do you want the support of these people who were calling for his death? How desperate are you? Like, oh no, they're good. I know they want me dead, but really, they're my friends. These are my people. No.
Well, if Thirsty was a poster, take this picture. Take this picture.
Right. Exactly right. Other things in the What You Need to Know newsletter include on a weekly basis. We also have the Black and Missing column, and missing since the 24th of March from Laurel, Maryland, is Lauren Kingsbury. She's 25 years old, Black female, about 5 feet 8 inches tall, 150 pounds. And she was last seen in the 14,000 block of Corba Place about 12:45 p.m. Actually, this says 12:46 p.m. on March 24th. She was wearing gray sweatpants, a dark colored shirt, and white shoes. And if you take a look at her picture in the What You Need to Know newsletter, and if you have any information, please go to the Black and Missing Foundation website. And let's help bring Lauren Kingsbury home. And every week, we get these stories, and sometimes we get a success story. Sometimes the people are found and they're reunited. It may have just been a lapse or something missing from their families. But let me just close this out, Jay. Let me just button this up. These are the kinds of things you're going to find in the What You Need to Know newsletter. This is our Monday through Friday effort. We would love to have you subscribe. It is, as I said, absolutely free. And please go to SybilWilkes.com and we will have it in your email box every Monday through Friday morning. Yes, J. Anthony Brown.
I'm back. Well, you know, I'm really waiting for Tim Thott to run. That's
I know.
that's who I'm really waiting on. But it would be wise for Trump to pick him as a running mate. You know, it really would. As much as I don't like Tim Thott, it's not going to be Nikki Haley. It's not going to be who's the lady with the out of not Vegas, Arizona. It's not going to be her.
Oh no, Carrie Lake. No.
Not
You
going to be
really
Carrie
think
Lake.
Tim would be a good running mate for him?
Yeah, because he's black. He's a black.
Well, you talk
Republican.
about black and missing. That's
Yeah. He's black. He's black. I mean, I know.
And so, do you think he'll get black voters? Except for those two people that sit behind Donald Trump at all the rallies?
Sybil, there's not enough for him to win, but there's black voters, and he needs that look. You know, he needs that black look, and he's not gonna pick the one of the girls from Diamond and Silk, and
there's only one left.
I know,
and he doesn't know which one.
Alive,
he doesn't know which one that is.
The one that's alive didn't talk much anyway, so and that would be a wrong.
And he didn't know which one that was.
Right.
He had no idea.
And here's Pearl. You know, no, that's another one. That's Diamonds and Pearl. No.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's time for us to move to our question of the day, and Myra J brought this to mind. I absolutely love this story, and so Myra, would you tell what happened? You were a part of a really nice event over the weekend. Can you tell folks about it?
Yes, over the weekend I had the honor of co-emceeing the 60th birthday celebration for Dr. Bernice King, the youngest child of
in Atlanta.
Yes. And she wanted to perform at her birthday celebration John B. and Confunction. So
John B.
Yes, John B. was there.
Okay.
Yes. And Confunction was at the end, and they had everybody up. And you know, their very last song was Love Train. And just as Michael Cooper started singing, he said, "This goes out to Myra J." Yeah, baby. All these years. Yeah, baby. Confunction sang Love Train to me. Me.
That would be so fitting for you. Do you know the story behind that song?
No, and now I'm scared.
Let me pose the question for you. Okay. First, before you give us the background on the song, Mr. College of Musical Knowledge. So the question is, ladies and gentlemen, what is your jam what is that song that everybody knows is your jam? Because we all know from years of being
you know mine, don't you?
Ain't nothing like a white girl.
No, not that one. Now, sometimes on a low, I'll play that one.
Okay. so
but
that's
close.
The question.
You're close.
What is that song that everybody knows is your jam? And when we would have Confunction on the Sky shows, everybody knew when it came to that song, it was like the spotlight would find Myra and just follow her around the stage. And especially she got close to Michael Cooper, then it was right. Just like she's doing right now. Yeah, that's her move. That's her signature move.
That's the way it goes, baby.
On Love Train. Yes,
Train.
So Love Train is yours, Myra. What's yours, Sybil?
I've got two. One is what is my is Stevie Wonder, Don't You Worry About a Thing.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to know the story behind that song? Because I can tell you.
Okay, so before you give us the background on Myra's song, what's your song, Jay?
You're not gonna laugh, right?
No.
Okay, no. I'm gonna look at you. I'm not gonna look at Myra because I know Myra's gonna laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Your Baby Tonight. Bye.
I'm not laughing, Jay. I'm not laughing.
You know, remember when we were on the show, we used to do this thing called Man Jams?
Yeah.
Like every man has a song
that
it's about female. That's my jam. I'm
your baby tonight.
I love that song.
That is hilarious. That
Okay.
is hilarious.
All right.
So that's the question for everybody.
Mhm.
We love for you to and it can be as funny or as serious. All
Mhm.
right. So what
Th-
is that song everybody knows is your jam? That is
Call us
the
up.
question
Let
of
us
the
know.
day.
Right.
All right. So Jay, what is the history of Love Train?
Well, the song, the song that Myra liked is "Love Train." That's her song. It was written by Michael Cooper, but the music was done by the trombone player. Now, Michael Cooper wrote the song because what was happening, him and Michael Cooper were dating the same woman at the same time. So, yeah, it is true. And if it's not true, I'm making it up really, really good.
You really
But
are.
anyway, yeah. But they were dating the same woman at the same time. So when he presented the song to the group, the trombone player didn't want Michael to use his music. He said, because he's like, man, you mess with my woman, you can't use it. The group convinced him that, man, this is a hit. Y'all need to squash that. This song is a hit. And that's where Love Train came from.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I didn't know
Wow.
Yeah.
Jay, can we come to you for other songs and to find out?
Well, certain songs you can, yeah, certain songs I know. But your favorite song, the Stevie Wonder song, where he's going,
I
when
rock,
he's
I
not,
ran.
yeah, that first part he's just gibberish, and then he says Iraq, Iran was ironic. Those places were in the news later on, but
Right.
he says when he said, "You know what I'm talking about?" The lady says, "No."
No.
Stevie Wonder never heard no for years. He never heard no till he was on the radio doing an interview. He said, "Did you hear the part when the lady said no?" She said, "You know what I'm talking about?" He said, "No."
You said no.
That's a great song. That's from Songs of the Key of Life, his greatest album.
It is. It's one of the greatest of all
Double
time.
album,
Yeah.
45 on the inside.
So Myra, that brings to mind, and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago with Huggy and with Coy. Do you still have albums?
Oh my gosh,
I do.
yes.
Yes.
Oh
You
my
still have your
gosh,
albums?
yes. I have some albums I know that are in my storage room. I've been here 21 years from Los Angeles. When I moved here from LA, I boxed up a bunch of albums.
You,
I have not opened them for
oh
21
my
years.
God.
So somewhere
They
in
gotta
my
be worth money, Sybil. I mean, Myra, they gotta be worth
Yeah.
money.
So several
Yeah.
people have told me, because I was a bit of a collector. I had jazz albums and hard to find things you can only get over in Europe and stuff. The thing is, Jay, to be honest, I gotta find the box. It's a lot of stuff in my It's been over 20 years.
And it's so weird because people who collect vinyl have been saying for years, almost 30 years, vinyl is coming back. They've been saying that for
Right.
My son
And it's
actually
back.
bought me a record player last year.
Yes,
a real record
nice.
player. Wait, you want to hear the funny part? I haven't taken it out the box.
No.
If I take it out the box, I gotta go find the albums.
So Jay, do you still have? Because you're very meticulous.
I got one album. I got one. I got Stevie Wonder's "Songs in the Key of Life," and my first comedy recording was done on an album. So I have that album, and it's called "Another Crazy Nigga" because Richard Pryor's.
What's crazy?
Yeah, and mine is another. So I have one. I framed it. It's on my wall somewhere. I had it on the wall in the club. Yeah, albums were big. Wasn't that weird that they were big? I mean, you stack them up, Myra. You stack them up, and
Oh yeah, and album covers. Remember when album covers?
That's all the art you had on your wall when you first got your place.
That was art.
Yeah.
That was art.
Moses, I had Black Moses.
Black Moses. Oh, you opened it up?
Because it opened up, right?
Yep.
So Yolanda, I don't know if we have people who are responding, but what is that song that people know? Barbara Ferguson says "Regulate" by Warren G. All right. You know what? I wish that we had the ability for you to call in and for you to sing a little of that for us, Barbara.
Wow.
"Regulate" by Warren G. Good one. Good choice.
That's a good song. That's a good song. Really,
Okay. The other one of mine is "Lovely Day," and that's Bill Withers. That's my ringtone. Yeah.
How many of us have almost passed out trying to hold that note?
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's it. Name another song where they hold a note a long time. Name another song where they hold a note.
Tell us College of Musical Knowledge. Renee Woodridge, I will come to you in a second. Go ahead, Jay. What's it?
You got
Yes,
it,
ma'am.
Myra?
The Dells.
There you go. Ding,
Stay
ding,
in my
ding.
corner. Yes. He sang the word stay for like 2 hours and 2 minutes and 15 seconds. It's a 3-minute song.
You hurt yourself trying to hold that note. Now you can't do that. You can't do that.
Yolanda, we had Renee and she's coming back. Atomic Dog. All right, Renee
Oh,
Woodridge
wow.
on Facebook. There you go. That's what I'm
A
talking
song
about.
that's dedicated to the Sigmas. Atomic Dog is dedicated to the Sigmas.
Let me put love on
Yeah, let me put Love on Your Mind by Confunction, says Janice.
Oh, wow.
Ethan.
Another
Yeah.
Confunction song, right?
I don't know that. Myra, you would know that, wouldn't you?
I never heard that song.
Z Walker on Facebook said in colleges, We Want Bootsy by Bootsy Collins, Bootzilla, baby.
Yes.
Now my theme music is Living My Life Like It's Golden. Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead, Z. All of us girls are living our lives like it's golden, whether it's just our hair color or not.
Yep.
Deborah Barcloud on YouTube says Earth, Wind, and Fire song, it shows on your face. And New Edition, Can You Stand the Rain? Yeah.
That's a great song. That is
another one is written
they're
all
in
over
town
your
this
face.
week, Myra. They're in the New Edition's in town Thursday.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are y'all going to see New Edition?
No.
No.
Meet me at the door with your black drawers on.
That's Veronica Holman. That was my Aunt Bess's favorite song.
With your black drawers on.
Meet me with your black drawers on. Yep.
That was right up there with Bury Me and Some Chitlins and Place a Hog Maul on my head. Those were like just really nice classic,
right? Classic. But you know the song I like now, Myra? I just started liking it.
What?
My last $3. My last $2.
$2. I love that song. Oh yeah. These last $2. Yeah. I'm not gonna lose. That's right.
Okay. Yeah. Janae Brown says Elusive Lady by I don't know. I couldn't see who that was by.
Was that Jane? No, I didn't. I couldn't see it. It went away.
Yeah.
Bye.
No, the need to know hashtag is in front of that, Yolanda. We can't see who it is.
Oh. Okay, gotcha.
Michael Jackson. Sonia Maple says Michael Jackson, The Way You Make Me Feel.
That's a great song. That is a great song.
I bet she pops her fingers until they just blister up.
Baby, with your black drawers on. Oh, sorry, mixing up two songs. Omega Rogers on Facebook said Children's Stories by Slick Rick. Oh, nice. That's a fun song.
Here we go. I love that. Yeah.
Somebody, what did I see? It went by. Oh, Viella Williams said, "Guess Who I Saw Today" by Nancy Wilson.
Yes,
that's a great song.
And Samara Joy, the new young artist who just won the Grammy. He does a really nice rendition. Very nice.
I got one more, Sybil.
What's that?
Y'all not gonna laugh?
No.
You laughed the last time.
No, that was
just me. That was me. I promise.
I'm not laughing.
Okay. Girl, Put Your Records On. I love that song.
Oh, Corinne Bailey Ray. Baby, put your records on. Yeah. I like that one too.
Look at Myra.
She's trying not to. She's trying. She was trying to hold to her words. She was trying, Jay.
Little girls sat on my window. It's not three little girls. It's three little birds. It's three little birds. My bad. I'm bad. All right.
Yes, wishful thinking in your head.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, that's funny. Renita Bland, DJ Cool, Let Me Clear My Throat. Yes.
Isn't it amazing how music brings us together? And we'll go to a concert, black, white, we all jamming, and then go in the parking lot and fight one another. That's just the way we are.
I'm telling you, if there was music in the hallways of many a place, they would break down a lot of the violence if people just had some music.
Like when they were storming the Capitol, had they played some music, they went, "Oh man, come on, let's just go home. Let's just go home." Don't even worry.
And that's what Donald Trump tried to do last week when he had the January 6th rioters sing the national anthem. He was trying to bring everyone together and show what a great country this is. Don't you think?
It is a great country.
Speaking of holding the note, Jay, they could have broke out with Oklahoma.
Yes.
Can you?
Oklahoma's the
Oh,
perfect song. Oklahoma. That's perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
okay.
Lahoma. Yeah, yeah.
And a few of
That's
them could have learned a spelling lesson that day
Yeah.
too. See,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think for J. Anthony Brown.
That's how rednecks learn how to spell Oklahoma with that song. They did.
And and little black boys in South
And little black
Carolina.
boys in South Carolina. Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much for participating, everyone. I had a lot of fun, and I thought that might be some fun. And Myra, I'm so glad that you got your shout out from Michael Cooper. And yes, we are
That
jealous.
is so cool. That is
Yeah,
so cool.
very cool.
That's really
very,
cool. Wow.
very, very cool. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to things that are in the news right now. Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin. We remember when he was sacked. He was hit during a football game. He lost consciousness. They brought him back via CPR. He jumped up and then he collapsed again.
Fell down again, right?
The heart stopped a second time, a second attempt at CPR, and then he was taken off of the field. We have come to know, and as a representative, a partner with the American Heart Association, I can tell you about the benefits of CPR, but he has become the poster child for this. And he went to Capitol Hill today calling for more AEDs, the automatic pressures, the machinery that you use, AEDs, automatic defibrillators, for use in the school. So more of those in the schools that can help save, because it's not just older people, it's not just middle-aged people. It also happens to our children, and you see that on the playing fields, in the classrooms, and what have you. So he was there to make his plea before the politicians on Capitol Hill for more AEDs.
Cool.
Yeah.
Everybody should know how to use a defibrillator and know how to do CPR.
Yes, hands-on CPR is really important. Take a look at
the who?
The Heimlich.
Oh.
Heimlich maneuver.
Keep going. Continue.
Who the hell is Heimlich?
Oh, dear God.
I don't think I ever met him. What did he sing? What song he sing?
How long did they date?
How long did Heimlich hold his note?
Oh boy, you two, I swear.
What you expect? You got me and Myra J, you know.
I know. So let me tell you the story, and this is why it's true that God don't like ugly. This is a story about a man, this guy who is like the #1 hedge fund owner in the country. They call him a hedge fund titan. His name is Israel Englander. He now has to pay his wife $1 billion because he did her ugly. And the worst part of it for him was after 40 some years of marriage, 30, 40 years of marriage, she left him for another woman. And his ego couldn't take it.
That's gotta hurt.
So they settled for more than $1 billion. And it's really a drop in the bucket for him, because apparently he's worth like $11 billion.
Okay.
But he has to pay her after following his wife, now ex-wife, and her girlfriend, and making their lives a living hell. He brought their children together. They're Jewish. He brought them together for the high holidays. He outed her to their children without her permission, and then told them if their mother left him, that she would be denying them millions of dollars in taxes that he would have to pay, that they would not get in their inheritance. He then went on to the wife's girlfriend owns a big art gallery, and Jackson Pollock's and those kind of artists in her gallery. So he set up to destroy her reputation, to convince people that, not to do business with her. He put out, bad word about her on the street and everything, and tried to destroy her business. He also tried to destroy his wife's business. She's a famous photographer. And they allege that, he became enraged because after years of infidelity on his part, he was mad because she was leaving him,
For another woman.
And how it looked to their
Mhm.
circle of friends in high society in Manhattan. They got a lot of money, a lot of real estate and things like that, as you might imagine. And he had to give up over $1 billion of it to her. And it would not have happened if they had not been able to put all the pieces together of how he got into their email, their phones, and used everything he could to destroy their reputations and to destroy them personally.
I like what Damon said when people break up. Don't try to get even. You just say this. She'll find out. She'll see. She'll see.
Like I say, good luck with that.
Good luck. Hope that works out for you.
For you, yeah. Good luck with that. No, you ain't got to come back and tell me nothing. I already know.
I know. I know.
Good luck with that.
Or I tried to tell you.
Believe me now.
Or believe me later. But at some point you're gonna say, you're gonna say I was right. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So Adidas has withdrawn their opposition to a 3-stripe design used by Black Lives Matter. The Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation faced opposition from Adidas over their BLM logo. And they have finally come to an agreement. They've retracted this is not smart on anybody's part.
Adidas, right.
But Adidas filed the opposition to the Black Lives Matter logo just a few days ago. It also features 3 stripes, but they're in yellow. The Adidas stripes are in black, as you remember. And they said they will withdraw its opposition to the BLM Global Network Foundation's trademark application as soon as possible. They have struggled financially since their October breakup with Yeezy.
With Kanye. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, Yeezy.
After he made the anti-Semitic remarks, he's like, "Oh God, not again with the black people. We can't. I just can't.
We can't do this."
So by the end of 2022, when all the Kanye dust had started to settle, they had lost $540 million. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, but none of the big people are hurting. They're not hurting. When you hear big companies like that lose money, they're not hurting. You know, I lost a J spot. That hurt. So the money that they're losing is absolutely nothing. Not to mention, Sybil, they get to write it all off. They get to write.
And then there's that.
They get to write all of the losses completely off. And Kanye messed up. And, you know, even with Black Lives Matter, you know that's really close. I mean, come on. You know it's close.
Right.
And you just can't do it. So who knows, you know. You can't feel sorry for big companies when they lose money. I don't. Yeah.
Well, and I don't know what they thought they were going to prove by, you know, trying to go to court and file an objection to it, but
right.
The BLM wordage and used on social media, they had their logo was used to sell caps and masks and apparel with the 3 yellow stripes. But in some designs, they feature 3 white stripes with a yellow stripe in the middle. Whatever this means, it means that they are not going to be in trouble with Adidas any longer. And I don't know, Myra. I'm not a businesswoman, obviously, but it just seems like they avoided a big headache by not fighting this system. Yeah. And I know there are a lot of people going, "Oh, fight them! You know, Black Lives Matter and all that woke crap. Yeah, just knock them out. You know, make them pay."
I'm in the car and I'm not on the internet, so if I block calls, I don't have any internet. So I apologize.
That's okay. That's all right. We're just glad to have you, aren't we, Myra?
I'm glad to be here. I know you thought I wasn't going to show. I know that we have that every week. So I mean,
oh, he's right about that.
I said I wasn't going to laugh.
I know.
But no good comes of this.
No.
And I think, you know, it often comes to a pissing contest, if you will. Been
in a couple of those, lost.
And the jobs that came with them.
missed that one.
But it's going to be interesting to see how all of these play out, especially
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And if they do hold up and say no, we're not going to file any objections. So check this out. What do you think about a duet between Reba McEntire and Jennifer Hudson in a duet of Aretha Franklin's Respect?
You know what? Go ahead, Myra.
I'm not throwing shade, but why do we need Reba McEntire?
I don't know.
Now I'm a Reba fan.
I am
you know,
too.
Yeah, but you know, her thing is more country. That's why I'm like,
I think she's trying to expand her base, and so and with a younger, blacker crowd of people of color.
Remember when Lionel Richie turned most of his songs into country western songs? I just saw a video. I couldn't hear it because I was in a restaurant, but I saw oh my God, Mary J. Blige she has a song out with Bono. So I mean, music is made to cross over.
I understand the crossover thing,
mm-hmm.
but it's just like Dolly had asked Whitney, you know, for them to get together and sing, you know, and I will always love you, and that was Dolly Parton's song, and Whitney
wouldn't do it.
Whitney wouldn't do it because she was like, well, I know that's your song, but I'm the one with the mega hit. So
right.
I'm like, I really think Jennifer could do this as a mega hit on her own.
Yeah.
I don't not country. I don't think she'd be introduced. I don't think they would play her music on a country western station as much as they're gonna play it if she's with Reba McEntire. That's my opinion. I think she's a crossover artist. She is one of the few that from Star Search, but to cross over and get a lot of play, Reba McEntire is gonna open the door for you. And that, you know, that's just that country western.
I think it's an interesting pairing. Like I said, I'm a Reba fan, and I think it is just to expand her base a little bit, and to introduce herself to a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
But I don't know that we need another Respect song. I mean, I think nobody did it like Aretha, so I don't.
No.
I don't know.
Nobody did it like Aretha.
Nobody did it like Aretha. Nobody did.
Nobody. One of the strangest people to work for. Oh my God. She's a great lady, but Aretha Franklin paid you at the end of the show, and everybody lined up to get their money, and you couldn't leave until the show was over with. Is Myra J. frozen?
No, I'm just shocked at what you're saying right now.
Yeah, she was. You had to line up. You had to wait till the show was over. She had all the money stacked up on the table, and that's how she paid you. She paid you well, though.
That's that old school,
right?
Yeah, she's from that old school. Yeah.
Wow.
She didn't pull it out the bank though, did she?
No, I think it was in the bank first because it was warm.
Was it? Were the bills stuck together?
Yeah. I think it was in the bank, or either she was sitting on it, so it could have been in the vault. So I don't know.
In we trust. Now I've heard about her being, accepting the money from the promoters and putting it in her stash and things like that. But I've never heard about it, going out.
That's how she paid the band. You lined up, you got your money, and you go in the room and get your money. And that's what James Brown did too. He did the same thing. Those he didn't cheat.
Yeah.
Well, we're not gonna. Let's move on, shall we?
Allegedly, okay. Allegedly, all right.
Not the Godfather. No. We're gonna close out with a story about this is an entertainment, and close out with this. Do you guys know who Josh Gad is? He's a Broadway and Disney film. I think what was the name of the snowman in
Frozen?
Yeah. Okay. So Josh Gad is real big with the kids, right? And so he is encouraging, in the wake of what happened in Nashville, he's encouraging everybody to speak out, and especially celebrities. He said, this is not the time to say, how will this play for my base? How will this play, in the marketing of my next movie and what have you? He said, celebrities have got to take a stand on this. The murders of these 3 children, the 3 adults, so unnecessarily in this school. Last week, kids were killed. One killed himself. The other was killed by a student in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Weeks before that were the students that were killed at Michigan, campus of Michigan State, and so on and so forth. He said, we've got to speak out. We have got to take this and make our voices heard. And I really believe that. My answer is to vote these clowns out of office. I'm sorry, that was my term, to vote these people who refuse to take a stand and to do something about gun control. My answer is to vote them out, and let's put in responsible people who are willing to do the dirty work and the hard work that has to be done in order to save lives. Josh Gad is telling his friends, his fellow celebrities, let's speak out and let's make some change. However you do it, I'm not mad at you. But I am angry at politicians like, well, there's nothing we can do. Sorry.
Or you say something stupid like Lindsey Graham, we should have just got some cops. And dude, that's what you're saying about 6 dead people, 7 counting the shooter. They have nothing to say. They're not going to do anything. There's going to be, I hate to say this, but there will be another killing soon, and nothing will be done. What's happening in this country, voting rights, women's rights, and gun rights are just ignored by the Republicans. Right. Totally ignored. They could care less about it.
And why would we want citizens that have weaponry that's more powerful than the police?
Right.
Remember years ago when there was that bank robbery in Valley? Yes. And the police were like, we were so outgunned. One guy, no, 2 guys, I think. They had ARs, the police out there, pow, and this guy is like rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. It makes no sense.
Or they want to arm the teachers, and the people are saying, you don't even want us to put books on the bookshelves, but you want to give us guns.
You don't want to buy them pencils. Okay, right. Teachers are out buying their own pencils and paper.
Most teachers spend their own money to teach in school. They do.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. So this is a conversation I'm willing to have at any point or whatever in order to affect a change and to stop this craziness.
They don't want to talk about it, Sybil. They don't want to talk about it, and they're not going to do anything about it.
Olaf, because everybody is saying
Olaf. Right. Thank you. Olaf. Yes, Olaf.
Thank you, our very smart audience. Thank you.
Thank you. And they too have heard Frozen a time or two in their cars.
Another one of my favorite songs. Let it. What's the song?
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. I love that song.
Let it go, Jay. Let it go.
I love it.
We're going to close out with Yogi's Jewel, our daily inspiration. Don't be afraid to change yourself for the betterment of your life. So, Jay, instead of sucking on that cigar, inhale change.
I heard that.
Or said it. Exhale stagnation.
Ain't an ash flew off of that cigar in the last 30 minutes. He just chewing on an unlit cigar.
Yeah.
Just a big stank ash.
That's what's been called that a time too.
My car is so stank now. I'm gonna have to cut the top off my car and get it out.
You have to turn your car inside out.
I'm gonna turn my car inside out so it stinks in here, right?
Oh my God!
Down with some pants on.
I know. Not to mention, my blood pressure is probably high.
Right, and then there's that. I don't know what made you decide you wanted to have a cigar.
Well, I was at the
Black Wall Street.
There's a cigar place out there, and I wanted to, support, so I bought a cigar. But I didn't have to smoke it. You're right.
Thank you.
Right. Let us pray. All right, you guys, thanks
All
so
right.
much. It's been fun. And I appreciate your joining us, J. Anthony Brown. Myra, I will see you again
Oh,
soon.
can I
Take
say
care, everybody.
something? Can I say something? I'm
Sure.
taping my comedy special. My first comedy special. I've never taped a comedy special. I'm going to tape it at Black Wall Street on the 5/7. I was going to do it at Uptown, but I really like Black Wall Street, so it's going to be nice.
Did you already sign the deal for the other place?
No, I didn't sign.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
Okay.
So May 7th, Black Wall Street.
But do I care about stuff I'm signing?
No.
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
All right, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
No, you.